New political law ahead of president's polls. Shocking abusive slur on president nominee. Congress calls Droupadi Murmu a dummy. This is Congress who deletes the tweet right after the backlash. Let me cut across to Shehzad Poonawalla, BJP spokesperson, joining us on the phone line. Shehzad, your take on the Congress calling Murmu as a mere dummy candidate which has been selected by the BJP. How would you receive this?
You know, this is typical of the Congress party, which has made it a habit to insult SC, ST, OBC and women at leisure. They have done this even before. They insulted Ambedkar ji. They had defeated him twice. They did not give him the Bharat Ratna for decades. They insulted Prime Minister Modi, who comes from OBC community, calling him Neech and Ganguteli. They've insulted Ramnath Kovind ji. In fact, Udit Raj has also tweeted certain despicable things, and now they have insulted Murmu ji also. Murmu ji comes from the most challenging circumstances. She has risen to the top. She has served as the governor, the first female governor of a state of Jharkhand. She has served as an MLA twice, as a minister. She has served in other capacities. Her administrative skills, her education, her ability to fight circumstances is regarded by all. And in fact, she's a role model for all women and for everybody in politics. But here you have the Congress party labeling her as a dummy. This is a patriarchal, sexist and an anti-tribal, the kind of statement they have made. It shows their elitism. It shows that they hate tribals, they hate Dalits, they hate OBC, they hate women, and therefore this kind of mindset has come to the fore. And this is from the official handle of Congress party. Now they have deleted this tweet, but deletion of the tweet does not show deletion of mindset. Will Congress party, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Vadra, Jairam Ramesh come out and apologize unequivocally for this kind of language that they have used against somebody who has served as a governor, who served on topmost constitutional positions and has made this country proud? This is the mindset of the Congress. They have not done anything for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes for 50 years. And today they have insulted Murmuji, but they have insulted the entire tribal, ST, OBC and all the subaltern communities of this country by using the word dummy. Isn't this a patriarchal, sexist and misogynist tweet as well?
Undoubtedly, it seems like the Congress party has quickly realized that this may not have come forward the way they expected. The backlash, as much as they received that on social media, they quickly pulled down that tweet as well. So they've realized that they have made a mistake and backtracked. Does this help their cause at all?
No, it does not, Nabila, because these does not delete the mindset of the Congress party. For 50, 60 years, they did nothing for scheduled castes except for try to use them as vote bank. Scheduled tribes were deprived. Please tell me, they did not give Ambedkar ji his due. They continue to suppress the legacy of Ambedkar ji even today. Today, they continue to discriminate against people from scheduled castes, scheduled tribes. They are abusing even Ramnath Kovind. Please see the tweets of Udit Raj. He has continued to insult Ramnath Kovind ji as well. So this mere deletion of tweet does not mean deletion of mindset. Look at the language they've used for somebody like the Prime Minister who comes from OBC caste. They have said he's a Neech, he's a Ganguteli. So the only thing that will suffice is if they come out and give a categorical, unequivocal apology, and it should come from Sonia Gandhi ji or from Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Vadra, that they do not condone this, they condemn it, and they are extremely apologetic. Unless they do that, this means otherwise that this was attempted by the Congress party top leadership. Because if they do not come out and apologize, deletion is not going to help. They must come out and apologize. This has been done by the official handle of INC Puducherry. So it is an official tweet. It means it must have gone to the social media head, who is currently Supriya Shinde. She has approved this tweet, and then this has been tweeted. So she and the entire Congress party must come out and tell us why they are calling Miss Murmu ji a dummy. Is somebody from a tribal community who served as governor, who is a respected lady who has done so much for this country, a dummy for the Congress party?
Why don't you, Shehzad, give us an understanding on Droupadi Murmu's journey and what was the reason for the BJP to pick her at this point for president candidate?
You see, the entire struggle of Murmu ji represents the struggle of the common person of this country. She is a person who has actually risen to the top just by sheer hard work. She started off from local elections, local councils. She was elected twice as the MLA in Odisha. She then served as a Minister of State in the Odisha government, in the BJP-BJD government. Then she was also elected as the governor. She was given the responsibility. She was the first tribal woman leader to lead as the governor of Jharkhand. She served there in a spotless tenure, one of the most credible tenures of a governor in this country. And thereafter, she has been continued to serve in many capacities. And all of this she has done despite her personal challenges in her own personal life, despite her humble and modest background. She has raised spectacular children. She has done everything on her own single-handedly. And she has been a committed public servant. And this is the kind of person that is being selected by the BJP, because the BJP believes that whether it is the Padma Shri recognition, whether it is the recognition via constitutional post, it should go to the people who reflect Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas, and also who reflect the story of Bharat. She comes from a rural India background. We are celebrating our entire diversity through this candidature. And on the other hand, the Congress party has no shame that it says that a lady who has done so much in her administrative career in her public service is a dummy. For the Congress party, such a person is a dummy. Sonia Gandhi is the president of their party. Good, we respect that. Is she a dummy? No. We can never say this about people, and especially women who rise to the top only due to their hard work. This is a misogynistic and patriarchal sexist comment. It must be apologized for by Priyanka Vadra.
Heard your point. Do stay with us. I want to quickly cut across to Yashwant Sinha, who's the president candidate of the opposition as he speaks.
For whatever reason, they have chosen this lady to be the candidate on their behalf. But I like to emphasize that this is not a personal fight. It's a fight on issues. It's a fight on principles. And basically, it is a fight to save the Constitution of India. So therefore, I'm again emphasizing that a rubber stamp Rashtrapati or rubber stamp person in Rashtrapati Bhavan will not be able to deliver the goods expected of the President of India. The President of India must have a mind of his own, and he must act as in terms of the constitutional responsibilities given to that post.
All right, let me cut across to Shehzad on that. Shehzad, Yashwant Sinha, who is the unanimous opposition candidate for president, says that we do not need a rubber stamp president in the country. It's important for the president to have a mind of his or her own. Does that, he's almost casting aspersions on the ability of Droupadi Murmu, your candidate.
Droupadi Murmu ji is the first major tribal female presidential candidate in India's history. She is the first major tribal presidential candidate from Odisha. She continues to break barriers. She has been, despite her background, she has risen to the top, serving as MSA, serving as minister, serving as governor. For that person to be called a rubber stamp because she happens to be a woman from the tribal community, this reflects more, I'm sorry, on the mindset of Mr. Yashwant Sinha. And in the past few days, I think Mr. Yashwant Sinha's mindset and language, both have the colorful mindset and the colorful language he has is all over Twitter. I do not want to get into repeating all those statements that he has made, but to reduce somebody who has risen to the top, single-handedly fought her circumstances and has been an excellent public servant, a spotless career in public service, to be called a rubber stamp as if she has no mind of her own is to in fact denigrate the entire tribal community and the women of this country, that women are essentially rubber stamps, that tribals are essentially rubber stamps. This kind of elitist, patriarchal, sexist, misogynistic mindset to be espoused by Yashwant Sinha, the opposition candidate, the opposition must reflect that is this the person they want to be projecting as their face?
Yeah.
Because this is a very sexist and misogynistic comment. I for one reject it, and I hope Mamata Banerjee and others, if they're hearing, would they agree and concur that a tribal lady who has been such a spectacular public servant is a rubber stamp?
Shehzad, thank you very much for joining us.